Got for his opponent with a couple of decent serves.
Two, three.
Strong play from WangChuqin as well. Lovely switch down the line there from Nandan Naresh. Held in with two nice backhand blocks and then finding his opportunity to go straight down the line.
Saved 2 game points. He couldn't save the third. WangChuqin, the second seed here, wraps up the opening game, but impressive stuff from the American teenager to save that second game point. That was really confident play from him. WangChuqin, having wrapped up that opening game, you sense, Gavin, that he can just push on from there.
Love 2.
Seems like since that TTO review, he's just getting stronger and stronger. And again, a little bit of unusual play from Nandan Naresh, using his feeling when it's points out of the ordinary, not what they're used to.
11-4. Second game, 1.
Well, the second seed wraps it up 11 points to 4, but he was made to work hard for that one. He had those 9 game points at the end, but certainly wasn't allowed to wrap it up. World Championships finals at the age of 18, but to be playing against the second seed, is it a good thing, is it a bad thing?
At the end of the day, this is an incredible experience for the young American.
He gets this, he's a game away from a place in the next round. Phenomenal stuff from the world number 2, wraps up the third one with ease, or he makes it look easy in any case. 3 games up now. And certainly he'll have his mind now on the second round.
He's clear for all to see. But those kind of rallies are what we want more from London, to get into the longer rallies. And maybe they can turn.
You know, as a former player yourself, you've played at this level, 7 World Championships.
But it's also worth mentioning he's also got a lot more talent than I did. So you see those strawberry returns, those different things that he's doing.
WangChuqin brings up match points in devastating fashion, 7 of them. Nandan Naresh into the net. WangChuqin, the second seed here, safely through to the second round. Wonderful experience for the 18-year-old from Chicago, but there was no living with the standard set by WangChuqin, who you sense didn't really have to get out of first gear, Gavin.
Well, I think he might have reached second gear, Rebecca, there when we saw that TTO review. But look at that scores on the doors. 6-4, 2-4.
Who's stumbled into the World Table Tennis Championships and accidentally got a match with WangChuqin. That would be a complete act of disrespect towards a super young player.
He's playing in Oxenhausen. That's where Calderano's been playing for a long time. And what a model to have in your national team.
Yes, we might say Hugo Calderano a little more quietly around WangChuqin. He's probably quite keen to dominantly beat a Brazilian player right now, isn't he, WangChuqin?
Yeah, and that's safe to say.
He is here to win the singles world title. That's the one that he's chasing, and he's got 8 game points here for the opener.
Good finisher as well.
11-3, game 2,
11-3. The opening game secured by Wang Chuqin. Can he do it more consistently now as game number 2 begins?
Love 1.
It's almost uncontainable, that forehand of Wang Chuqin.
In September of last year in Peru, won the under-19 singles, team and men's doubles titles, all in the same event. Fantastic accomplishment.
He's back again now. Credit to him.
8-3.
And he is very close to a 2-love advantage.
(11-3), game 2,
Well,
Wong.
it's exactly the same margin as we had in the opener. What can Iizuka do to maximise the strengths that he has in a match like this that is so fearsomely difficult? And that is where it's very rare for anyone at that age to have all of those pieces in place.
Benjamin Faraji did very well. Well, a couple of players that have beaten him. Anders Lind, Truls Moregard. Scandinavians, very good at disturbing the rhythm, jamming up the opponent, being tricky, being elusive and subtle. You have to be subtle. You have to take on a Chinese style.
You said you didn't expect it to be another 11-3 game. You expected it to be tighter. Absolutely the case. Did a lot right in that point, didn't he? But still comes away facing 5 game points.
Punished for something he didn't even do wrong.
It is
11-5,
a third game for Wang Chuqin. A closer contest, as the gentleman next to me anticipated it might well be.
Just to add a little bit, spice-wise, into the context of this match.
And no doubt he will have enormously enjoyed the experience of taking on Wang Chuqin. Good call now to bring the timeout into play.
It's quite a sad thing, because so many young players go astray because they believe it's the big things that they're doing wrong.
What are you going to keep the same? Not just what are you going to change? Because otherwise people can get into a very negative mindset. They can think that they're always doing something wrong, when actually a lot of the time they're doing most things right. For Leonardo Iizuka.
11-4.
His fans are thrilled. They've seen the victory that they hoped for and that they believed would happen. And indeed, there was never any sign it would be anything but a comfortable win for Wang Chuqin. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to the world number 2. 11-3, 11-3, 11-5, 11-4. He has beaten Leonardo Iizuka, the young Brazilian.
In drones as well.
Absolutely, stanza packed for this one.
1-0.
Expectations incredibly high.
Now this is that side spin backhand that I was talking about. WangChuqin comes around the outside of the ball. Watch this. Bounce is honest, predictable. Good recovery from under the table from Wang Chuqin, but WangChuqin hanging on to the advantage in the rally to close the gap.
(10-9).
Good adjustments there.
Well, let's head down to join Gavin Maguire. Gavin, how's your heart rate down there?
My heart rate's okay, Rebecca, but my hearing, my God, these fans are loud. WangChuqin has a serious amount of fans in the arena right now, and they are letting them know.
The reaction, gotta love it. This is a beautiful forehand flick. The penhold grip has more wrist flexibility. I mean, you're sitting next to me for a third ball winner. Variation in the timing as well, even in his counter-attacking game. WangChuqin, a full stroke. Side spin comes in, you can see how much bend is on it, and he adds his own side for the second seed. The body language of Ting.
The second time of asking wraps up the second game, 11 points to 6. Much more one-sided affair than the opener was. And he took 12 points to 10. Superb point for the second seed. Let's head down to Gavin Maguire, who had a good view of that one.
Yeah, I've mentioned it already, Rebecca. Best seat in the house.
Did challenge a serve, and he won the challenge.
WangChuqin is looking more and more comfortable as this match goes on.
Yeah, I feel like it's an echo chamber, a positive feedback.
Well, he had 5. He only needed the one. Comprehensive third game win for WangChuqin, and Wang Chuqin with a lot to think about ahead of game number 4. Pivotal, crucial game for the Hong Kong-China player. Can he find some answers?
The quality on this last forehand. What can you possibly do? He's under the table.
Well, you said you got to get crazy.
This was crazy. I think from the net to the wide shot, WangChuqin playing this ball on the run, and then another backhand. He's never really out of the point. 3 games to 0. WangChuqin has a lot to be positive about.
7-6.
Well, Ting goes long. WangChuqin marches on in straight games. A comprehensive win for the number 2 seed here. Next up will be either Lin Yun-Ju, his teammate, or Simon Gauzy. They are currently playing. It is the Frenchman who's 3-1 up in that one. Playing for the honour of facing the world number 2 next. But a very, very impressive win. Be a factor for Gauzy, do you think, after those 2 long matches he had prior to this one?
No, I don't think so. Enough time has passed. I mean, these athletes, a lot of them, especially Simon Gauzy, grew up through the generation. The shot inside out and out of reach. WangChuqin, after a long rally, finding a space on the table to put it past. It's not easy to get it past Simon Gauzy. Steps around, inside out, full stroke. Oh, fearless backhand in the counter rally. Playing against world number 2, that's coming in handy so far. Oh, what a shot to finish. He handles the snake, the drop shot. WangChuqin playing so focused right now. Against Simon, you really have to. Simon demonstrated against Lin Yun-Ju.
Simon Gauzy celebrates as though he's won the match. 11 points to 9, offers up the hand by way of apology to WangChuqin, but he will take that all day long. Simon Gauzy wraps up the opener, and that is the first game that WangChuqin, world number 2. Well, it looked as though the defense of Gauzy was going to be impenetrable, but it was such a patient point from Wang Chuqin.
That's a perfect description. This is a player who's got power but says, you know what, I'm not falling for your bait. I'm not falling into your trap. 2 service calls and be successful on both. And that's the pressure of Simon Gauzy. He gets in position, and while he's been burned twice in this match with inside-out forehands, he's just 1 step more central, and it allows him to reach this wide forehand. Wang Chuqin, and he's at his debut World Championships. Oh, the backhand almost comes down, and he takes his chances. The rollers, the around the net shots that he's pulled off, but the balloon shots out here, the sky lobs, looking for a counter on both wings. Wang Chuqin twiddles the racket so he can play the faster shot.
Simon Gauzy has now taken 2 games off Wang Chuqin. This is the biggest test he's had all week, and Simon Gauzy is fired up for this one. Takes the second, 11 points to 9.
The Brown brothers came out of what appeared to be nowhere. Doesn't miss by much here. Just gonna say though that Simon was the leader without any challenge for quite some time. Adding to that lead, Wang Chuqin making the most. Seen some big comebacks over the years. Down 0-2, never easy. Well, I think the fans weren't the only ones who thought the point was over here. Simon Gauzy testing the lights and the ceiling in the arena.
Like that, Wang Chuqin gets his first game on the board, and he does so in dominant fashion, 11 points to 2. And it looks as though a dry shirt was all it took.
Well, we'll see if Simon Gauzy goes for a similar shirt change. Taking it point for point, though, ignoring the scoreboard. Almost a save, at least it looked that way from this camera angle.
10-6.
2 game points saved. Simon, how you started. Relax. Do what you do. Just another point. Simon from behind the table. Unbelievable. As soon as he gets one baseline with heavy topspin, he turns this into a counter looping exchange. Game point left for Wang Chuqin. And that's the one he escapes on. Simon set up one of the most deliverable backhands. He's made tougher shots, but actually, considering that he just saved 5 game points in a row, of course Simon is going to be kicking himself a bit here, but that's a breath of fresh air for a man in a relatively fresh shirt. Adrenaline through the veins.
How do you return a point like that? How do you even try to return a shot like that?
Well, we saw how you try. How to return it. Gene quickly acknowledging the fortune.
Well, we've seen this scoreline before, haven't we? Well, no repeat of the last one where Simon Gauzy had to save all of those game points. Wang Chuqin wraps that up in a lot more straightforward fashion, 11 points to 4, and he is now a game away from sealing his place.
Analyzing opponents. just merciless. Both wings, Simon knows he's going to have to do what he can to keep the pressure on, and he does, but getting through the pressure, breaking through, WangChuqin.
Oh, the solid defense of Simon Gauzy, that was impressive indeed.
I can feel how much spin he's putting on the ball, how he's pulling to really arc these shots. Oh, to the short side, untouchable. Simon goes parallel to continue. 3 points in a row. Simon Gauzy with a big chance, arc to the middle.
Just look at the reaction. He is so fired up. Wang Chuqin salutes his fans. He celebrates as he moves into the round of 8, the last 8, I should say, the quarterfinals. Wang Chuqin surviving a scare from an incredible Simon Gauzy who took the opening 2 games, but Wang Chuqin, after that shirt change, that seemed to be where it all started to click into place for the world number 2.
Do your laundry, folks. There it is, 2-9, 4-8. And that final point of this match, neither player left anything to regret in this point. They both took their chances. Simon Gauzy playing an outstanding match, and Wang Chuqin doing what he does.
Oh, just clips the net. He's got an enormous fan base, hasn't he, that gentleman, Lin Yun-Ju? And what do you think are some of the many reasons for that?
Is what happens if Lin Yun-Ju wins the first game here, because I think the Chinese fans are going to blow the roof off this arena.
For all.
And when I say what happens if Lin Yun-Ju wins, I mean they are going to get right behind their man. We saw it with Shasha earlier when she lost the first game.
Home favourite, and it is effectively a home away from home here for the Chinese players. A home favourite losing a game can lead the crowd to become a little muted. It's totally the reverse here. Glorious, brilliant from so far back, WangChuqin. Lin Yun-Ju is a player who thrives in putting people in awkward positions. Well, it seems here WangChuqin thrives in being in an awkward position.
Wow, what a strange shot there we saw from Lin Yun-Ju. He's just come around with the chop block.
And now it is the other gentleman who has the game points. A brilliant turnaround. 2 game points saved, the first one converted. That's why he is one of the finest in the world. That's why he's the number 2 seed. He did a lot right, didn't he, in the opening game, Lin Yun-Ju?
What a lovely counter spin there by Lin Yun-Ju. So close to the table, you just think Wang Chuqin's flying there. Plays it so well, but that short, sharp stroke by Lin Yun-Ju to take it.
Lin Yun-Ju has started positively and opened up an early advantage. And again, it's one where WangChuqin has fought back quite quickly. One big piece of the jigsaw missing, and it's in the centre. Yeah, great effort from Lin Yun-Ju.
What a lovely backhand he played, so far away from the table. He thought he was out of it, and there he just looked stepping.
Oh my word.
And that was risky by Lin Yun-Ju there. I think he knew that.
Oh, that's world class again.
WangChuqin is putting on a little exhibition for us there. A lovely, again, backhand control shot. He's not going for too much with that backhand.
Oh, stop, stop, stop. This is too good.
And what we saw there was a completely different kind of point than we've been seeing.
They'll be even louder if WangChuqin gets this next one. He has got it. Listen to that reaction. Look at that gentleman. 2 narrow games taken, and taken superbly by a pressure handler in WangChuqin. There's been so little between them from a shot-making point of view. That has got to be the most agonising thing for Lin Yun-Ju. He's played very, very well.
Again, another rally we're seeing where Lin Yun-Ju is really not doing much wrong.
Beautiful, steady, controlled.
And Lin Yun-Ju just trying to change it up ever so slightly, going for that long push out.
Beautiful shot.
9-8.
How interesting. Now he is eating away at the deficit.
Time out.
I think it's always very interesting to see.
Did you doubt it for a moment? Would you have reason to? So composed is he.
Lovely flat flick there from WangChuqin, just coming into the table.
Oh, just... what can you do?
Every point they played for the last 3 points, I thought it was over, but one of them just kept getting it back.
Oh, there's your answer. It would have to be that way, wouldn't it?
Putting that ball on the table.
He saves the match point. That is a phenomenal effort from Lin Yun-Ju. It is almost breathtaking. I say almost because the roar of the crowd show they've still got plenty of puff in their lungs. Plenty to cheer for that man. Plenty to cheer for WangChuqin. He's through to the semi-final stage. 12-10, 11-8, 11-8, 12-10. And my goodness, you must feel for Lin Yun-Ju because that display was good enough to beat so many of the top players in the world, but not WangChuqin. This could be done and dusted fairly quickly. He was impossible to combat. But that gentleman is brilliant at destabilising people.
He certainly is, and he's had a good start here. But I think you're right, Ollie. WangChuqin, that performance against Lin Yun-Ju was one of the most...
Singles World Championship final.
3-6.
What a delightful beginning from the Swedish perspective. Truls Moregard with a wonderful opening game. Very effective final point. It's more a question of how Truls Moregard stops Truls Moregard.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Truls Moregard is in control of what happens next. Just being warned for service angle. Truls Moregard.
Hasn't he earned that point? That was graft from the Swede. And maybe this is an important demonstration, Gavin, of
in a game you feel that you need to do so much just to win points, just to take games off them.
No, this is outrageous.
Oh,
he's won that wonderfully, Wang Chuqin. What a point. No wonder they cheer.
The interesting one here was when Truls got it that little bit higher. WangChuqin just took his time, waited, look, waiting.
Sublime! Simply sublime! Well, how beautiful was that construction?
I mean, come on. That chop block, how short and how spinny is that? And then he gets his chance to play with the forehand and just opens his wrist at the last second.
Bamboozling the movement of the ball is. He's got it nonetheless.
11-8, game to
we're level,
team.
And it's no surprise. Stunning. From barely in the building, he wins the point.
Got him back from the table here, Truls.
Expressive body language from the Swede during matches. It can be a red herring.
I think the only thing that stands to Truls Moregard here is he will have been prepared for this. He will have known that WangChuqin is going to get a run of points. He's going to catch fire at certain moments throughout this game.
Players who's very good at not caring if he loses a game by a huge margin or a small margin and just getting on with the next one. We think back to the quarter-final stage. He lost the first game to Togami 16-14. He lost the second 11-3. I mean, it looked as though it was as good as done. Hello, WangChuqin has turned up for business. That was almost frightening. For his fans, it will be becalming.
I think the main one for Truls Moregard here is now he knows that it will be extremely difficult for WangChuqin to maintain that level we just saw in the last game. That would be almost impossible.
Again, one wondered just for a moment, might it drop? Might it clip? It did not. It's 5 apiece.
Just off the end, Ryan, that lobbing ball from Truls Moregard. He did well just to stay in the rally.
Oh, he was close. What an effort. Goes long, 2 game points. now is WangChuqin's.
10.
What I love here is that fist at the end from WangChuqin. Just look at him. He is right up for this one.
Being capitalised upon. A marginal moment, and WangChuqin emerges victorious. How vital that he saves 2 game points.
Disappointing for him, of course. He'll be devastated to have missed his chance to level it up. But what his brother will have...
My word. We've had so many incredible exchanges like that. At the Olympic Games, when WangChuqin lost to Truls Moregard, one had the sense that it made WangChuqin's very bones rattle. Serving 2 points down, this is an enormous opportunity for one of these two, and it's been taken by WangChuqin, who is now 2 points away from triumph.
He made that look easy.
Another match point.
12-10. Game at
The relief. Oh my goodness, the relief. He's beaten him at the big one, and he's back in the final. 2 World Championships in a row. That gentleman will go for gold. The missing piece of the puzzle is nearly his. WangChuqin will go into the final as the top-ranked player left in the draw. 5-11, 11-8, 11-2, 12-10, 12-10. Congratulations, WangChuqin. What a victory.
On the Brazilian side.
Behind the table looking for the line, a quality rally.
I mean, we're used to seeing just touch exchanges early in a final, in a match like this.
Ooh, short side and a turn. WangChuqin makes a decision and gets the feet moving quickly to set up this shot.
I love this running roller forehand.
Blitzes the table and takes the chance, but a lot of heat, a lot of rotation on this shot from WangChuqin, and the short side doesn't allow much margin for error.
Full power on both sides, and we love those ones where the player runs in with the backhand.
That's true. Forgot about that part. Oh, a two-handed backhand and the net climber to set up a 1-point lead. 3 in a row for Hugo Calderano. Again, he's mashed up sports, and look at that. To reach across the body that way, you have to turn your back to the table. Oh, what a block to get the racket there and angle it down just to deflect. This laser beam comes out of the shield.
That is pure instinct from Hugo Calderano. The direction, the feeling.
Push, just a little bit too long for the table here, so there is a third towel break. Beautiful flick to follow the short receive, and WangChuqin is there inside the table with one of the toughest shots, as we've called, that forehand flick. Looking for the baseline, and WangChuqin saves 3 game points in the first for this best of 7. Oh, the put away follows it off the net. He's been so fast to recover these net shots. It's not the first time we've seen him do this against a ball like this.
11-10.
He's got a game point of his own, Wang Chuqin. Flip carries long, 5 straight points from 7-10 down. The world #2 with an emphatic start here, making quite a statement in terms of it being mental. Hugo with the chop and not bothered at all. Wang Chuqin reads it perfectly and puts it away. Smart play indeed.
Just so composed against this chop. Takes his time, puts it away. And leaves Hugo standing.
Oh, right back to where it came from, blindsiding. Jeez, is that tough. Lightning striking twice to that forehand.
I mean, what are we watching in terms of speed and power over the table? Frightening.
6-2.
Wang Chuqin can't miss. There was one shot in this rally that looked like Hugo just completely sideswiped this ball and not bothered any twist and turn. Wang Chuqin has the answer. That would be so scarring. That said, it is done and dusted. Game #2, Wang Chuqin with the most dominant scoreline yet after coming back from down 7-10, continues to score 11 of 14 points played in game #2. A full stroke. Oh, another break off the net. Some fortune in this one. Wang Chuqin cashing in some IOUs. Truls and Moregard there in front of behind Team Ethiopia. Channeling his inner Simone. They've trained together. They had the same coach. And out here, the creativity, the side and underspin, the strawberry chop with the follow-up rip. Get ready. There it is, a dominant performance to get his first game on the scoreboard here. 14 years he's been training, and now is the time. Time Calderano. If it is, well, the clock is ticking. He's just started a strong campaign out here. I know I mentioned the 10-3, place where I've seen this sort of body language. Oh, doesn't miss by much. As hard as they hit, as fast as they move, it seems unthinkable that they could possibly get to the next ball, yet they keep extending this rally. Oh, quick combination here to save one. 1 point at a time. It's so tough to ignore the scoreboard completely. I brought up the body language of Hugo Calderano. Door closed on game #4, a 3-1 lead. Wang Chuqin 1 game away from taking a title that has not yet been added to his collection. Taking a chance. This is a Chuqin-like spin, a Wang Chuqin-like leg sweep as he turns the corner to open up and put it away. Some two-handed backhands, the parallel put away. Wang Chuqin, incredible focus to drive this one home. 2-point ball game and a must-win for Hugo Calderano. Perfectly placed into the middle. Wang Chuqin jams him up on the elbow. Will we see that pose? Will that be the fist that holds the trophy high? short side swiping a bit slightly flatter here. Hugo behind the table and WangChuqin getting dangerously close. He's 2 points away. And he takes it. WangChuqin, for the first time in his career, has become the men's singles champion of the world. Lionheart hope has closed the door. Finally, somebody has been able to beat Hugo Calderano. Hugo with an incredible run in 2 events, but that is the name, WangChuqin. And who's he playing for? The most dominant nation in table tennis history, Team China. It is all for the pride of the nation. WangChuqin, a fighting spirit, and the determination that we saw throughout this event. The flag flies high once again, and when have you seen a hug like this between these two?
Closing it out 11-7, WangChuqin. It just looked inevitable, not only from the beginning of that match, from the beginning of the week. WangChuqin just looked unstoppable. His levels never dropped, his belief never faltered. What a performance.
And he had his tough times, no doubt about it. Down 0-2 against Gauzy. Here against Hugo, down 7-10 in the first. He found his way through with 5 straight points. A proud moment here. They're going to get this flipped around. There it is. Wang Hao, the 2009 world champion. And 16 years later, thumbs up all around. The next in line, WangChuqin. No doubt about it. 2 thumbs up. Congratulations. Can't wait to see the new world rankings, but this has been an incredible week. And now he can celebrate. A mixed doubles world champion, a men's singles world champion. He says thank you. The crowd, some percentage of tens of thousands that flooded the street for his birthday 2 weeks ago to the day.